from your end? Yes. You can see my presentation. You're not talking. Okay. Then I'm going to assume that you can see. So today we are going to talk about the accounting process and systems. The accounting process and systems. And when we talk about the accounting process, we and the system, at least in our previous class, at least we talked about what is bookkeeping, meaning of bookkeeping. We also talk about the accounting cycle or the phases of accounting. So all those items we have already covered. Now, when we be doing this topic two, we shall concentrate. We shall concentrate on the books of the original entry, or what we call the books of prime entry. Now, we'll talk about the book of original entry. Uh, these are the books which the business first records the transaction before posting them into ledger. So before even we do the ledgers, we need to record that recording process is done in what we call the book of original entry or the book of prime entry. So book of original entry, these are the books which the business first record transaction before posting them to what? Before posting them to ledger. They are also called the journals or the day books. So we can call them the journals or the day books. So that's some of the type of these books, original entry books. Let's see some of the types. Number one, we have the purchase journal. The purchase journal is there to record the credit purchases only. So anything which relates to purchase of items on credit will go to the credit purchase. Then you have the sales journal. This one records the credit sales only. Then you have the return outwards journal. This one it records the goods returned by the business to the supplier. So it records goods returned to the supplier by the company. Then return inwards journal, it records what? Goods returned by the customer to our business or to the business. So in this case, we assume we are the business. So we assume we are the business, or we are the one who are recording. Then you have the cash book. Now cash book records the cash which is either received by the bank or through the cash in hand, or payment that is made through cash or paid through the bank. Then you have general journal. Now, general journal, it records any other transaction which is not recorded in the journals that we have mentioned above. Good. So let us see what are the details to record when using this book of account or this book of original entry. So what details are we supposed to record? Number one, we are supposed to record the date of transaction. So we need to. This one is very important. Date of transaction. We also need to record the name of the person involved, but not so much necessary. But yes, we need, if it's the supplier. So we need to say who is the supplier. Is it Kamau? Is it Joseph? So the name of the person involved, either through payment or receiving or either through purchase of goods or sales of goods. Then the detail number, the detail of the item bought. So the details of the item bought. For example, if they bought books, how many books? Then the reference number, which we call it the folio, the reference number or the folio number. So the system must have it also. And then also the most important, the amount of transaction. Let us start with the first one. Let us see the purchase journal. Purchase journal. So we have said purchase journal it is used to record what? We have said it is used to record only the item which were bought on credit. So the purchases that were made on credit. So that is the most important aspect of the purchase journal. So the purchase journal is a book, original entry that is used to record the purchases that were made on credit only. Remember the keyword here is the word. Those items that were made on credit. What does it record? Now let us see what does it record. What does it record? Number one, the date of purchase, kama kawaida, name of the supplier or the name of the person involved, the folio number and the amount. The same from the above part. What it does not record. Now let us see what it does not record is number one, it does not record any cash purchases or purchase of fixed assets on credit. So those are the two items you need to note. It does not record. So it does not record the purchase of fixed assets which were made on credit, and it does not record any cash purchases that were made. So it does not record those. Let us see the importance. Mambo. So importance of this purchase journal. Number one, it assists in grouping similar transactions together for easier recording. So it helps us to do what? It helps us to bring same items together. Number two, it makes the posting to the purchase ledger easier. So when we are transferring this information to the ledger, then it will be easier for us because we have already grouped our information, or we have already bring together similar transactions. So it will be easier for us to transfer or to post those information to ledger or to the purchase ledger. It also reduces errors and support audit trail. So number one, it reduces error. That's important. We can let us put these 2 points separately. So we say it reduces error, and next point we say it supports audit trail. So when the people are coming to do audit, they can easily follow what was being recorded by the accountant. And then the last one, total can be posted to the purchase control account in the general ledger. So that's another important thing. So the total of the purchase journal can be posted to the purchase control account so that we know the total credit purchases. So this one will help us to know. So once we post everything to the purchase control account, remember this purchase control account is an account which helps us do what? To determine the total sales which were made on credit. So once we post everything there, we can easily know what is our total credit purchases. Now that is another topic for another day. For purchase control account, this will be a topic for another day. But it is important to know that the purchase control account is an account which helps us do what? It's an account which helps us to determine the total credit purchases that were made during that particular period that you are trying to see. Let us see the format of the purchase journal. Format. Now it has the date, as we said. It has the details for the supplier, because suppliers are those are the people who supply goods to us on credit. It has the folio number or the reference number, and it also has the amount, just the way we said earlier. Let us see this question as an example. Now, record the following credit purchases or in the purchase journal for December 2025. This is supposed to be 2025. And calculate the totals. So we have the first transaction, which says just a moment. So you have the first transaction, as you can see. On 1st of December, goods were purchased on credit from J. Chege, for which amount 4,200. Also on 1st, there was a purchase of goods on credit from A. Ambole, 6,700. On 4th, the month of December, they also purchased goods on credit from J. Chege, 9,200. On 5th of December, there was a purchase of goods on credit from Ngumo, 2,100. Then from 8th, on 8th of December, there was a purchase of goods on credit from Jerry. Then also on 8th, there was purchase on goods on credit from Ambole. Then on 9th, there was purchase of goods on credit from J. Chege. Then on 10th, there was also purchase of goods on credit from A. Ambole. We were required to do what? To prepare or to come up with the purchase journal. So remember, we said that purchase journal, it is used to do what? It is used to do what? To record only the credit sales. It is used only to record the credit sales. So this is my solution here. Now we just do it from here at this point. Now let's see the first transaction. Now before we do the first transaction, look at this point here. Now this point says that use folio reference for J will be PL009, for Ambole PL0011, for Ngumo will be PL010, and for Njeri will be PL014. That is very important. So let's see the first transaction on date 1. There was a purchase of goods on credit from Chege, and we have it here. This one from Chege, you can see the first transaction. Of how much? So we put the details. So we start with the date. The date is date 1/12/2025. The detail is J. Chege. The folio number, we use this folio number for Chege. You can see it here in yellow. Let me put it in yellow. That one. That is PL009. You can see it here. Once we have the folio number, then we put the amount. The amount is 4,200 for the first transaction. You can see on the upper part, 4,200. You go to the next date. Still on date 1, Ambole purchase goods on credit for 6,700. So you put Ambole there. And then you put this detail. So you start with the date for still on first. Then the detail is Ambole for that date. Then the folio number for Ambole, we have it here, which is PL011. You can have it here. Then you put the total amount for Ambole for that period. We have it here. It was 6,700. You can see there above, 6,700. So you put it there. You go to the next day, that is date 4. There was a purchase of goods on credit from J. Chege. So you put J. Chege there. You put the folio number, which is PL009. You have it here, just down here. Use the same folio number or the reference number. Then the amount it is 9,200. So you put 9,200. Then you repeat all the transaction up to the last person. That is who on 10th. So you repeat all the transaction up to the 10th. I think there is some item nime skip hapa. I think we can remove this. Just a moment, nimeona kuna kitu nime skip. Let me delete this. Wapi? Sorry, inanisumbua hivyo. Hivyo. So we have here 42, 67, 92, 21, 41, 10, 400. So this one is not there. So yeah, just remove it. Then you find the total. So you do up to the, so if you go to date 5, look at date 5. That is Ngumo. Ngumo had 2100, and you have it here. You can see this one. This is Ngumo. The reference number for Ngumo, it is PL. You can see it down here. PL 10. Then after Ngumo, the next transaction is on date 8 from Jerry. So purchase goods on credit. So this one you can see it here for 100. The folio number or the reference number for Jerry, you can see it is PL14. You can see it here, PL14. Then on date 8, we have Mbole made a credit of 10,400. You can see here we have 10,400. Mbole reference number is PL11. You can see it there. Then still Mbole also did another purchase on credit of 6,100. That one. Then you add the total. So let me confirm this is the total. So we add 4,200. 4,200 plus 6,700 plus 9,200 plus 2,100 plus 4,100 plus 10,400 plus 6,100. So I'm getting 42,800. I think that was what was there. That one. So that is it. That is it. And that is how you do the purchase journal. So you just record the date, the detail, that is the name, the folio number, and then the amount. And then the amount. Let's go to the next, number 2, the sales journal. Now, sales journal is there to do what? It is there to help us record the credit sales. Now, this one is there to help us record the credit sales. The credit sales is there to help us record the credit sales only. Now, the sales journal books is a book of original entry that is used to record only the sales that were made on credit. That is important. So it is there to help us to record all the sales that were made on credit. Now, what is included, or what does it record? Number 1, it records the date of the credit sales, the details. It is the same repetition. Now we are just changing from the word purchase we are changing from the word purchase to sales. So it's the same thing that we were doing on the above part. So it records the date of the credit sales, the details of the customer. So here it's customer. For purchases is the supplier. Then the folio is the same, and then the amount also you need to record the amount which were made on the credit sales, the amount that were made on credit. Let us see what it does not record. Now it does not record the cash sales. So any sales that were not made on credit, they go to the cash book. Now it does not record the non-routine items like correction or adjustments. Same applies to the purchase journal. So the purchase journal does not also record this non-routine. Let's add them there. The correction and adjustments. Let's go back. Where is it? So this one we can add it. You can add it there. So it does not record. So the same thing. It does not record the non-routine items. Higher. Let us see why is it used or why is it important. Now it is important or why is it used? Stroke. We say why is it important? Is it important? Number one, it assists us to group transaction together, which relates to sales. So remember, you are talking about credit sales. So it helps us do what? Group. It helps us group this transaction together. It makes posting easier to the individual account. So it make our work easier to post this account to the individual debtors account or the receivables account. So debtors or the receivables account. Then the same, it assists us in doing what? In reducing error while posting, and then it also assists us to provide it assists in audit trail. So when the auditors are there to audit these accounts, they can easily follow up. And then mwisho, it assists us to do what? Determine total credit sales from this account, the sales control account. So remember we said you had here, remember this one, this above part, let me go back. Remember we said the total can be posted to the purchase control account, the general ledger, which will help us. Let me just write so that you know. But we shall do it in another topic, which will help us determine total purchases made on credit. Same applies to the sales control account. So same applies to this. Where is it? Here. Says which will assist us do what? Which will assist us in determining total what? Credit sales. Full stop. That is it. So the purpose of sales control account, it is there to assist us to determine the credit sales as a balancing figure. Now let's see the format. The format is the same. We start with the format is the same as compared to what? As compared to that one for purchase journal. So the format is the same. You start with the details. Then also you start with the date, then details. So the details here, it is the details for the customer. Remember for purchases, remember details is for supplier. Folio number is this. It's okay. You put the folio number that the system generates. Now let's see this question for credit sales. Just an example. Now let us see this example. I want us to do this one. Inafanya hivyo. Haya, let us read the question for sales journal. Now, record the following credit sales in the sales journal for April 2026 and calculate the total. Now, that was the month of April. Let us say 1st April. 1st April, there was a credit sales that were made to J. Kamau, 5,000. Also on 1st April, there was another credit sales that were made to P. Otieno, 4,000. Then on 2nd, there was another credit sales that were made to E. Muteti, 3,200. Then on that, there was another credit sales that were made to P. Otieno, 4,700. Then on 4th, on 4th of April, there was another credit sales that were made to J. Kamau. And then there was another credit sales on 5th that was made to A. Kyoko, 6,700. And then on 6th, there was a credit sales that were made to J. Kamau of 2,800. Now, let's start with the first transaction of 5,000. Let's start with this transaction of 5,000. Then we say here, it's supposed to be the suggested solution. Suggested solution. Good. Now, on 1st of April, as you can see it here, on 1st of April, we made a credit sales of 5,000. So we have it here. You can see it, the 5,000 here, the first transaction from this suggested solution. I think, So, and it was, the credit sales was made to Kamau. So we start with the date. That the date is on 1st. We insert the date, 1st of April 2025. Then we input the name of the customer, that is Kamau. Then we put the folio number. We have been told here, hapa chini, before the suggested solution, we have been told that that one in, I think is that one is somehow green, that the folio number is SL001. We put SL001, then followed by the amount of 5,000, which is, you can see it here. The amount is 5,000. On the second, on first, the second transaction here. Remember, there was another transaction that was made on 1st of April that was made to the credit sales that was made to P. Otieno of 4,000. So that was still on date 1. Just come here, look at this. Still on 1st of April 2025, P. Otieno amount. Then the folio number is SL002. Let's confirm. We have it here. You can see it here, SL00. That one, SL002. We have it here. Then the amount is 4,000. The amount is 4,000. I hope you can see. Then, after that, the next date is on 2nd. Let's go to on 2nd. Now, on 2nd, there was another credit sales that was made. That was made to Muteti on 4th. And then you have Muteti here. Folio number or the reference number is 003. So SL003. On 2nd of April 2025, there was a credit sales to Muteti of 3,200. So let's confirm date 2. So we have it here. Can you see it there? So on date 2, the date is where it was made to Muteti. Then the folio number, we said it was SL003. The amount was 3,200, as you can see there. Then after date 3, after date 2, we go to date 3. Date 3. Then date 4. So the rest you just repeat the way they are. And then date, that order. So you just repeat them. So just repeat them. So let us confirm. So the first transaction was for 5,000, that is okay. The second one was for 4,000, that is okay. The next one was for 3,200, that is okay. The third one was for 4,700, that's okay. Then for 4,200, that's okay. Then 6,700, and then there was another one, this one. One is in Najirudia, but let me cut it. Then you remove this part. It's not supposed to be there. I think that is the row. That one is fine. Now, once you insert, then you find the total. Once you insert, then you find the total. So let us count the total from date 1 to the last date. So the first one was 5,000 plus 4,000 plus 3,200 plus 4,700 plus 4,200 plus 6,700. I'm getting 27,800. I think that one is correct. So it is the same thing that we were doing to the purchase journal. The only difference now is for sales journal, we record what? The sales on credit. For purchase journal, we record the purchases on credit. That is it. Now let us go to the next item, and that is return outwards journal. Return outwards journal. So this one is used to record goods returned by the supplier back to the business. So it is used to record the transactions. Sorry, it is used to record it's used to record the goods that are goods returned. It is used to record the goods returned by the business to the supplier. Sorry. So by the business to the supplier. Now, what do you think could make the business to return the goods to the supplier? Number one, if the goods were damaged. So even once, the goods that were sent by the supplier, if they were damaged, then the business can return them. Number two, if the goods supplied are not what you ordered, so wrong items. So maybe you ordered books, wakakuletea viatu, and then if you ordered something and then they deliver excess of what you ordered, you can return the excess amount. So it records goods returned by the business supplier for the reasons that they are either tampered with. These are another reasons. Not kind ordered for. So maybe they have brought something that you did not order, and then they have delivered the goods which are damaged, or they have bring excess goods, so you can return them. The format is the same. So the format for return outwards journal is the same as for the others. Now, but the item you need to note for return outwards, the details is for the supplier. The details belong to the supplier. So we have the details. So remember details specifically for suppliers. Then you have the folio, then the amount. Now let us see this question. There. Practical question. Now the question reads, record the following in the return outwards journal and calculate the total. So record the following in return outwards journal and calculate the total. Number one, on 2nd of December 2025, Ambere returned 1,100 goods. So Ambere returned 1,100 goods, and then we have been given the reference number, which is PL11. You can see it here. You have the folio. Then on 5th, J. Achege returned the goods, PL number 009. Then on 9th, also still the goods returned by Gumo. Then on 12th, goods returned by Njeri. Then on 18th, good returned by Mwai Kibaki. Let's see the first date. So let's see the first date from our table here, so that we see if we have recorded the correct item. That one, number one. Now, number one is it is the 2nd of December. Ambole, that's our supplier. The follow number is P11011. Then you record the amount. You can see it here. This one. 1,100. You can see it is here. It is rhyming. On 5th, Chege. So Chege is our supplier. The date is on date 5. Chege. The folio number is PL009, you can see it here. Then the amount is 2,400, you confirm it is 2,400. On date 9, Gumo return goods. And Gumo, remember the reference number is PL010. You can see it here, Gumo, PL010. That date is date 9, that is correct. Then the amount is what? 900. So you record the 900. Then next on date 12, you can see it here, Njeri, return goods worth 1,500. So tunaweka hapo date is date 12, correct. Put Njeri, that is correct. PL014, correct. Then the amount is, you can see it here, it is correct amount, 1,200. That is the format. Then the last one is for Kibaki, as we said, Mwai Kibaki, 3,100. Then you confirm the total. So let's confirm the total. 1,100 plus 2,400 plus 900 plus 1,500 plus that 100. 9,000. So that is the total amount that were returned. Now you note that this journal records the return to suppliers that were made on credit. The return by customer are recorded to return inwards, which in the year pasasa. This one is where now the customer returns the goods. So for return outwards, this is where the business. Now this one, it is where the business returns the goods to the supplier. Now for return outward, this one now it is where the supplier returns the goods to the business. Let us see. So the return inwards is the book of the original entry that records goods returned by the customer to the business. By the customer to the business. That is it. So it records the goods returned by the customer to the business. Now what does it record? What does it record? Now it's the same thing. It is the same thing. So it records the same thing. It records the dates, the same thing that we have been talking about. The date, the detail, the folio, and the amount. And then why is it used? Or why is it important? So you can say the importance, stroke important. Now important number one, it assists to group all the sales returned together. And then it makes posting to debtors account easier and more accurate. And then it assists in audit trail, and also it reduces error. Those things that we have been talking about. So ndio hiyo. So tunasema groups all the sales together, that is correct. What sales? Sales return. So be keen. So it assists to do what? To bring all the sales return together. It makes the posting to the debtors account. That is our ledger easier. Then it assists in audit trail, and then it also reduces the error. It also assists in reducing the error. That is it. This is the format. You can see it here. So that is the format. This format is the same: date, details, folio number, the amount. So haina tofauti. So it is the same. Let us see the practical question now. Can you read that question? Can you read the question? Can you read the question? Now, Now record the following in the return inwards journal and calculate the total. So on 3rd of April 2025, goods returned by J. Kamau. Goods returned by J. Kamau. Just a moment. So on that, J. Kamau returned goods. So goods returned by J. Kamau. You have the SL number there been provided. Then on 7th, there was also goods returned by Kyoko, 500. Then on 10th, there was good returned by P. Otieno. Then on 4th, there was good returned by A.E. Muteti, 400, with their folio number. And then on 18th, there was also some goods returned by what? Kimanzi, 9,500. 9,500. Now the format is the same. The format is the same, as you can see. So the first date, that's on the first date, good returned by J. Kamau. So on that the date is correct. J. Kamau is correct. And then folio number is SL001, that is correct. Then the amount returned was 800. That one is correct. Then on 7th of April, good returned by A. Kyoko. So the date is correct. Kyoko, A. Kyoko is the same. So you make sure you write this the way it is. If it is A. Kyoko, then the account for A. Kyoko will always be A. Kyoko account. Then the number is correct, SL005. Then the amount returned was 500. Good. Then P. Otieno, that was on date 3. You can see it here. Good returned by P. Otieno. So that is on the date is 10th. That the date is correct. The account is P. Otieno. P. Otieno. So it's supposed to be P. Otieno. That is correct. Then we have SL002. And then 650. And then 650. And then on 14th, that is so you repeat the procedure. So the procedure is the same for the rest. Then you add them together. So let us add and confirm. 800 plus 500 plus 650 plus 400 plus 950. That is 3,300. 3,300. So this is the suggested solution. Suggested solution. Good. I think that is all. Alright, let's go to the next item. Cash book. Now we have two types of cash book. We have 2-column cash book and we have 3-column cash book. So we have 2-column cash book and 3-column cash book. I think we can start now from there in our next class. Let us start in our next class with a 3-column cash book and 2-column cash book. So 3-column cash book and 2-column cash book, and then we tutamalizia in our next class also this item, extraction of trial balance. We shall talk about extraction of trial balance once we record every item. So that is it for today class, unless you have a question. You have any question, you can post in the chat box. Any question, you can post. So that we tomorrow we start from the cash book. That is the two column cash book. So I think I'll also share these notes for tomorrow so that you can write down the questions so that we can just answer them in our next class. So any question, you can post in the chat box. So no one is responding, so I'm going to assume that there is no any other question. So you have a lovely evening.